Going to get more information on that shooting in South Sacramento, and we have just learned it is now a homicide investigation. A 25-year-old man died getting shot right there on Center Parkway this afternoon. Right now, we don't have any information on a suspect.
Now, this video will be quick, but I have a point to make about a young man who was just killed in Caramel Point Apartments, and that is on Mac Road and Center Parkway. Well, I do not know what this young man's real name is, but he went by Yame, and he was a CML affiliate. Now, I say that because his family are known CML fucking steppers. Now, he is loyal to his soil, and he does not play with both sides. Now, Yame used to do his fair share of fighting back in the day, but he is nowhere near a coon. And when someone dies, I do my research on the family members and, the friends, the loved ones, and what they have to say. And a lot of the time, when it's a real coon involved, you will catch another friend or a family member saying that we knew what we signed up for, and so did they. But him, I seen something different. Everyone was saying that he would not hurt a fly, and he did not deserve to die. Now, I know about Sac's history as far as when these motherfuckers was cooning. I don't know these people personally, but I have not heard Yame's name in a long ass time. And from the looks of these pictures, the updated pictures, it looks like he squared the fuck up. But what it also looks like is that he still hung around the coons in the area of the coons and with the coons. And his mom referred where he got shot at, which is Carmel Point, as the block. And he shared this picture of his cousin, and his name is Yaya Mob. And he is a G Parkway Mob Gas Gutter known member. And the fucking song in the background is King Chouteau. Now, word on the streets is that he was shot a whole bunch of times in the stomach. And another thing that I've heard is that he was shot by a female. Now, I don't know what side he or she was from that shot him. But guys, I'm pretty sure you can guess at where I'm going with my damn point. It does not matter how square or how good you're doing in life. You cannot hang in areas where it's fucking coons and it's death and destruction in the fucking trenches. Now, I am not going to say too much, and it sounds like I'm bashing him and the way he was living. But we all know what I'm here for, and that's awareness. And someone who allegedly wouldn't hurt a fly and not gangbang just got shot and killed in South Sacramento by a female, allegedly. So what does that tell you? SGA, I'm out.
Rest in peace, John. Rest in peace, Yame King. Stop the violence. DJ Tajahme, I'm coming out with another episode from SGA. Y'all make sure y'all follow that boy on Patreon. I'm gonna bring y'all another story. AOB, KAB. On a dead home. Y'all make sure y'all follow that Twitter page at Dead Homies Pod C1. Y'all make sure y'all follow that Instagram page, Dead Homies Podcast.
What's going on, Patreon? SGA here, and we're going to get this AOB and Cab little saga popping. And it's way deeper than any other video that I ever did with, as far as the whole gang, because it's a lot of history and it's a lot of members and a lot of shit that happened. So, guys, tune the fuck in, because I'm putting my best foot forward on these videos. Before I start, can you guys get a load of this shit? Now, October 21st, I announced that I had 2 serious life-altering situations happen in my life. So, what the fuck? Look at what this motherfucker said. Suck it up and stop being a bitch. You're weak-minded. Grow your balls and be a man, puss. Now, what the fuck? You sound like you're going through it more than me, because I'm going through it. And just to clarify, I wasn't going through anything mental. 2 life-changing incidences mean something serious fucking happened to where my life got changed. You fucking stupid ass. And I'm guaranteed that I'm way more headstrong than whoever the hell you are. And I'll probably beat the fuck out of you. Carry on.
On the Dead Homies, AOB, KAB. AOB, KABB, AOCAS. What's that all about? I don't know, man. It's the Dead Homies. I'm bringing y'all the
AOB, they no longer exist in Sacramento. They are not a gang. But CAB stands for Keep a Bitch Broke. And eventually, it turned into AOB. And it's all on a bitch.
Okay.
Well, it's going to be a whole lot of explaining and breaking down in the first two videos, so bear with me. But I'm pretty sure we all know about this damn war that these two motherfuckers have started. But if you go way back as far as history, it's other gangs that came up under the Stars and Zilla sets, such as AOB and Gas and, all that other shit. So, to keep this shit from being difficult as ever, I have everyone that falls under the Mozzarella umbrella on the left, and everybody that falls under CML side on the right. And the girl that got killed that I covered, Aaliyah Smith, she was an original CAB member, and here she is with another original CAB member, and his name is Flats. And they used to hang at a park called the CAB Park, and it is over there in Meadowview, right behind where she got killed at by Meader Court. Now, mind you guys, the original CAB members were kids, and the majority of them fell off the fucking face of the earth, or they're just a goddamn dinosaur in prison somewhere with no social medias. So bear with me on photos. Now, Aaliyah, the young girl that died, is sitting next to Flats in this photo, and them two are original CAB members. Now, I have to get the original CAB members out the way. And first, we start off with Dakar, Slim, Zoe, Flats, B-Love, Train, Bustinut, and Wham. Now, remember, there was no Facebook or Instagram, it was just MySpace back then. And social media and taking pictures wasn't really a thing, especially in the fucking hood. So all these motherfuckers' pictures in their MySpace accounts are damn near fossilized. So, like I said, bear with me on photos. Now, out of this whole list, the only one still around that's still in the streets, gang banging and thugging, is fucking Wham. And that is Briss. In a sense, he's basically Briss's Avenger. He says that no one slides for Briss, and he's the only one out here sliding for Briss. But pretty much, everyone except for Wham and Dakar doesn't have much of a story. B-Love beat the fuck out of Dallas and Moses in jail at the same time. And Flats did about 7 years on the main line and came home and, is a working man. And Train is, a working man. And, the rest are in prison. But let's talk about Dakar for a quick second. Now, Dakar was always around, as you can see, as far as the young CML Young Coons. Now, Dakar got his name from basically being the South Sac Iraq Little Bow Wow. His ass was having sex with all the goddamn girls in that whole section. And pretty much, that's where he got his goddamn name from. But Dakar had caught a attempted murder case in Fresno. And his ass was sitting down for about 8 or 9 years, and he randomly got out earlier this year. And since then, he's been fucking quiet as fuck. And I imagine he's just a working man, but I was told that he was in PC when he was in there. But Dakar has something very interesting tied to his name. If you guys remember the Robert Lee Haynes young man that was killed at the party, and we all know what happened. We all know young Marvell Barksdale, aka Dick, went to prison for that murder. But as I mentioned before, guys, young Dakar threw that party that Little Rob got killed at his house. But you guys want to know what's interesting is Dakar's stupid ass invited both sides. And yes, it was not too much tension as it is today between the Mozzie side and the CML side. But back then, it was still tension. It just wasn't too many deaths going on yet. Little Rob just so happened to be the first one. But guys, from what I was told, is that Papi Chulo shot like 5 motherfuckers that night. And he, honestly, was the one who really shot Little Rob in the back of the head. Now, I don't know how true that is. But if you guys really think about it, type in Robert Lee Haynes, Sacramento, and see what pops up in the article. And tell me that it doesn't kind of make sense. Now, I was told this by a few people that were actually there at the party. And if you guys remember, that everyone was saying that Little Rob died shooting back, and he even had gunshot residue on his hands. And that's even what the article says. Now, I can't be too loud when I say fuck, but how in the fuck can someone die shooting back and get shot in the back of the fucking head, guys? It makes perfect sense. And I was told that Papi Chulo was shooting blindly, and he shot, like I said, like 5 motherfuckers that night. And I was told that Papi Chulo shot Little Rob in the back of the head, looked at him, and just kept shooting. What does that mean if it's true? That means Dakar's a fucking stupid ass for inviting both sides to that damn party, not knowing, or maybe knowing, that something fucking bad was going to happen. Fuck. That also means that Papi Chulo is the one who really shot Rob. And they say that Papi Chulo snitched on that case. And if Papi Chulo really shot Rob and quote-unquote snitched on Dick, that means he's a cold motherfucker. And that also means that a 15-year-old boy got convicted for whatever the fuck all those years and sat in prison for something he did not do and took that damn clout and ran with it and still is. Fuck.
AOB.
Well, I'm sure you guys know that AOB already stands for all on a bitch. But they integrated that gang from Fresno because it's an AOB out in Fresno. And, you know, they're 2,400 out in Fresno and they're Crips. And that is where the originators of the AOB gang started.
I just proud make your own, they'd rather see me gone. I put this Remy in my cup on fuck Patron.
Now, the integration from Fresno to Sac is pretty big, and it's only because of two people, guys. Now, Kenny Ray has the black A's hat, and Lam has the baby blue looking cap on. And them two are from Fresno, and they are part of a big family called the Mohammeds from Fresno. And a big part of them moved to Sacramento, kind of sort of like the Barksdale did. Honestly, it's the exact same thing. And Frank, I want to say, had a baby by one of the AOB members' sister. If I'm not mistaken, it is some huge relation between Frank and the AOB member's family by marriage. And I covered Deontay Whiteside on Patreon. And the young man who got found guilty and got life for that murder, his name is Danquil Jones. He is also from that twofold shit. And he is in this picture right here. And this young man right here, he is the youngest family member of them all. His name is Ghost. And he grew up a coon too. And he got 16 years for a string of robberies and burglaries. Now, Cab pretty much turned into AOB. Everyone from Cab started banging AOB. And it's a member from Gas, and his name is Teddy. He used to be from Fab, and then he started banging AOB. Or Cab, or whatever the fuck. And now he's from Gas Gutter. Now, I told you guys before that Bishop and K-Squeeze are from Meadowview originally. And Bishop used to be from Cab or AOB, one of the two, until he switched up and went to his roots, which was the Mozzie members. Sacramento Gang Archives. This was just an introduction of the AOB and the Cab gang integration going on in South Sacramento back in the day. And don't get mad at me for ending part 1. I have did the same thing with the Hot Boys part 1 video, and the rest was juicy. So you guys just tune in. I already have how I want to format and articulate the videos laid out in my head already. Yeah, so just tune in, guys, and pay attention. SGA, I'm out.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Sacramento Gang Archives for that little exclusive, man. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to his Patreon page. It's DJ Dale Homies. I just want to say rest in peace to Yame King. Yeah. I want to say rest in peace to that boy, the Migos gang. Take off. Y'all be on the lookout for more exclusives, more information on that case. Until then, I'm out on a dead homies.
Oh yeah, and by the way, to all you motherfuckers that idolize this gangbanging shit, you can go and put in the most work in prison, and that shit will not translate to the streets. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit you're doing in prison. Only in prison. When you come home, that's when you come home. Your name on the streets is collecting dust while you're sitting there collecting dust in prison. Think about it. These motherfuckers then dedicated their life for all these years to become top-tier coons, and they haven't been heard of in years because why? They are out of mind, out of sight. Street has no love. As soon as they come home and get to cooning on Instagram, then that's when they get love. But as long as you're in prison, your name will definitely be collecting dust. Just like you will be in prison collecting dust, so will your name. It don't matter if you stabbed 100 ops and beat up 100 ops. It wouldn't fucking matter. You're not cool in prison. Snubs, Stacks, Demo, Lick, all these motherfuckers that got a name for themselves on the streets. Think about it. That name is collecting dust. It's not worth it, guys. SGA, I'm out.
That's on dead, homies. Slick, homies. I put it on my dead, homies. Yeah, homies.